Hey guys, I'm finally back with a little showcase video. So I took a 2 month break, something like that anyway, um, to make something, and I'm proud to say it's finally finished. But it's not what you're looking at now. This is what I used for inspiration. See, this build represents like the past year, I guess, in terms of what I built in this game. It's bland, it's empty almost, and it's unfinished. So I went back and I started from scratch. So this has been replaced with this. Okay, it's not completely loaded in. This is the Charen-class frigate from Halo 3. Let me just go over here to load this a little bit, and we'll get a full overview of it. You know, I love this game, but the loading and the rendering is just... it's so annoying. This is the Charon-class frigate from Halo 3. This specific one that I based on is the... I forgot the name, I can't really pronounce it. Aegis Fate, something like that. Aegis... no, I can't say it. Whatever. But, yeah, it's took me a long time to do this. Like, a month minimum. Only last night I finished the front, which was the very last step. And the satisfying feeling of completing it was just awesome. So we're going to do a quick showcase. There is some interior detail. There will be a full interior, but for now there's just a couple of sections. Nothing major really. I have got the hangar and I've got the bridge, and those are the two main sections that, you know, we kind of see in the game. I mean, we don't actually see the bridge, technically. We see the bridge in Halo 2, I think. But yeah, this is the hangar. It is modified a bit from what it looks like in the game. I wanted to make it a bit more realistic, I guess. While it isn't completely accurate now, it kind of does look a bit better. I think it definitely looks better, in my opinion. The one in the game, you can actually view it if you kind of... you can like glitch into it in the mission, the Ark. You can look inside, and it's basically just the same texture copied over and over and over again. All of the walls and the ceilings, and I didn't want to have that. Even the floors, I think, as well. I wanted, you know, to make it a bit, yeah. Anyway, we have the loading ramps as well for the tanks and the hogs and stuff, which drop down on the same mission that I mentioned a minute ago. This door here isn't there in the game, and it's not in any reference images. I just added it in as an afterthought, because really, when you think about it, this thing is going to be going in space, and if it doesn't have a door, then, you know, everyone's going to be sucked out into the, you know, space. The most difficult part of this build, I think, was these engine covers. I'm sorry the game's running slowly, it's quite high render distance. Yeah, these engine covers, it's kind of built in like 5 different directions, I don't know. It's built upwards, obviously, downwards, that way, slanting downwards, that way, slanting upwards, that way, slanting downwards, everywhere, you know. And it's also got different depths as well. So if we go down here, we'll see that it like goes inwards. This was really hard to pull off, and that UNSC logo was incredibly hard. But when you look at it from this distance away, it does look really good. Sorry. I redid the engines about 3 times because these engine, you know, in their entireties were difficult to do and difficult to scale properly. I think I might widen it a tiny little bit eventually, just these engine bits, I think, and maybe the gaps in the middle, because I measured the length of the ship, and the length is exact to the measurements in game. It's 490 meters in game. It's 490 blocks in this game. However, it's about 156 wide, something like that, and it's only about 140 something in this game. So yeah, and the height as well. The height's meant to be about 153, but in the game it's only about 140 something as well. So yeah. We have the Mac gun up front. I'm going to add some cinematic shots in at the end. Sorry, shots. That's what it is. Like, to show you the entirety of the ship. So yeah, that is the big Mac gun. Honestly, I think it looks really good from this angle as well. Yeah, I was up until about 1:30 AM last night, just finishing this off because I wanted to get it done, and I was fed up with it, honestly. It does have some pelicans which are modified to a different colour scheme to go along with it. These are white and grey. And these can actually be built in the default texture pack, unlike the actual model this was based on. This is an edited version of the one from the Pit, if you remember that tutorial. That was quite a while ago. On the Halo 3 Pelican, this was just a modified version of it. But yeah, I like these Pelicans. So if we compare it to, say, this one, I was using this one as inspiration, you know. Look back at the things I did wrong with this, which was the complete plainness of the textures and everything, how it was so out of scale and everything. It was just inaccurate, really. I did base it on a 3D model rather than a actual in-game model, and that one was under-detailed and didn't have any texture on it. So, I mean, that's not the fault of the guy who designed it, because he did a good job with the designing of the model. I think it was actually for a film, like a little animated film. So he did it to his own design. So I kind of copied that, but you know, I don't take credit for that design. So yeah, as you can see on this one, there's lines everywhere. It's like bloody sketches and, you know, imprints everywhere. The intricate details are really difficult to do. Because when you think about it, just observe how many lines there are on that. These are all accurate to the game. There are only a few that were like inaccurate, kind of my own design, and that's kind of on the bottom of the barrel and in some little places that you couldn't see in the game as well, which I just had to make up. Let's go and have a look at the bridge now. So this is the ideal place to drop in. We have a little hologram table over here. We have loads of seats with what would be computer monitors if they were in the game. More seats there, and they're on the other side as well. And then we have the captain's chair, or the ship master, I guess. And then two more sets of chairs, which would most likely be controlling the Mac gun. We have a lift or an elevator here, which would go down to the interior, which would drop to about here actually, and then carry on down to here. That's going to be a floor up there, and there's going to be one down here as well. We have little things here, so this leads to outside, as you can see. It's kind of like an airlock, and that would be a door that opens. There are a lot of details on this that I added from my own imagination rather than actual in-game. There's also a lot of things that are in this ship on the Minecraft version which aren't in the Halo version. Like these little indents here aren't in the game, but they are on here. It's just added detail, you know, to make it a bit more detailed. Let's have a look at the underside. One thing I'd also like to mention is how difficult these engines were in their entirety. I mean, the covers themselves were difficult, but doing the entire thing, you know, especially this curvature here, was tiring as hell. So I'll have a look at the underside of this because it actually took a while to do. Yeah, you got those beams up there, which look cool. You have the Archer missile pods. These ones are bigger in terms of the size of the holes. The reason for that is because, well, it's actually only the ones that are facing downwards or upwards that have the bigger holes, and that's because the ones up here have stairs, and you can't put stairs sideways, and you need to put them sideways to have them facing downwards. So yeah. These things here, you'll see them around the ship in plenty of places. They're meant to be windows. They probably will be made into windows eventually. I think there are windows in the game, but I'm not sure, because there's a window there, but it wouldn't really make sense to have any kind of accommodation or anything, or any corridors down the front. I guess maybe maintenance corridors or something, but near this thing, because when that fires, that's going to shake the entirety of the barrel, essentially. So yeah, this thing does look like a giant gun. Everyone says it, and it's true. It does. I mean, you've got the handle or the magazine, I guess. Maybe a combination of both. Maybe it's one like the assault rifle has, where it's like a enclosed grip. You know, that's the hole there. You've got the scope and the barrel. It's like a railgun, maybe. But yeah, we have these hangars on the side, but they don't fit Pelicans. I don't think they're actually doing game either. And there's meant to be, there's like a error when it comes to these things, because in the opening cutscene of the arc, Pelicans drop out of the bottom of the frigate, but the holes that they drop out of are way too small to actually fit a Pelican. Like, that's both in game and in this model. So they must have either scaled the Pelicans down or scaled the ship up in the game. But yeah, this is an exact length replica of the ship. It's just it's kind of slightly off in terms of width, but that can't be helped. I mean, I didn't like copy and paste this thing. I didn't take a 3D model and convert it to the game. You know, I did this from looking at the game Halo 3 out. I just jumped into the game and then left it. You know, and you know, looked at the screen and just copied it out. There is some, you know, detailed sections that took a long time. That bit I've done about 7 times in total because I had to keep redoing it. It was difficult. But yeah, that's about it for this model. And I'm sorry that I've been gone for so long. I hope to get some new videos up soon, some tutorials. I'm struggling with making content. I can't really find any tutorials that aren't time consuming, but I'll work on it and I'll get something out as soon as I can. So yeah, I'm gonna put some cinematic shots in now, just to cap it all off. I'll probably put some shaders in there, I don't know, maybe. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.